The last time this series, the usual Monday morning damp hair is back. But I don't think we'd have it any other way. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello creepy friends, welcome to Slimes and Bobs for the last time in series 1! It's time for a Thunderbirds episode review. This is the finale episode, and it's safe to say it didn't disappoint. Anyone who spoke about this anywhere has only had high praise for it. I'm not that different. Of course I've got one or two reservations, as I always have. Would you ever expect me to sit here and say, it was amazing, it was perfect? I always have to have one or two reservations, because as a fan I have a critical eye and blah 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 blah. You all know this by now. Saturday's episode was called Legacy, and it actually follows directly on from last week. KO has everybody circled around and she's about to tell them that the Hood is her uncle. One was even down from space, that little pod thing that comes out of Thunderbird 5. He was down in that. And then they all get called off on missions. Except they ain't missions, are they? Hood's done them all. He's faked them all, and he's led everybody out into different... Alan's in space, Gordon's underwater, Scott's gone off in his rocket, Virgil's got his big machine stuff on, you know, as he does. Everybody's away, even KO goes. John has a mission too. Yes! Everyone hits their danger zones, naturally, except... there's no danger. Kayo's the first to realise that something's not right here. She finds a bike, but nobody around it. She should be right in the danger zone. She says, you know what, I give in, I'm going, because I know this is fake. In the sky she realises Tracy Island has been compromised, and she sends Grandma Tracy and Brains, who are still in the base, to a secret chamber where they can hide and stay safe until she gets back and secures the base. Which of course she can't do, because when she gets back, who's sitting there? Hood. And how the hell did he get there? I don't know. While KO meets the Hood, everybody has found bombs, and of course their sensory movement associated, so if they have to stay completely pretty much still, or poof, everybody blows up to smithereens, and that would be a hell of a messy death. Hood demands that he wants the island and all the crafts, or he'll detonate all the bombs. So KO says, trust me, I know what I'm doing, and she agrees, and then takes the Hood underground. Underground, they meet at a central power station, and she gives the Hood control for about a minute, and then she contacts Lady Penelope, which she was doing while she was in the air. She was having her initiate something called Wasp. Now that she's handed over control, she goes to Penelope, do the Wasp please, and Wasp closes everything down, ends the Hood's control, and just as the crafts are flying off away from everybody and leaving everybody in the middle of nowhere, they all come back for them. So now of course everyone's back in their crafts and they're all racing home to save KO because she's on her own with the Hood. The Hood drops and he and KO fight, and in the process of fighting he sets another bomb, so KO's like, look, just don't come home, you're all gonna get blown up, don't come home, please don't come home. But in the middle of this, out comes Hood and goes, yeah, by the way, I'm her uncle. Hood is also lying and saying that the whole time she's been working with him, which obviously she's sitting there going, no, that's not true, it's a lie, he's lying, don't believe him. And we obviously all know this isn't true either, unless it's something we seriously didn't know. And everyone's just had this silent moment of, ah! I did love that moment, just this 5-second silent screen on everybody's face with such expression was amazing, and that is part of the reason why I did warm to the CGI so well. Because the original puppets, and I've joked about this a million times before, they have two facial expressions. They have, and couldn't have had that kind of level of shock and fear and all that expression on the puppet. Don't think I'm dissing the puppets, I'm just saying the expression, something I really welcomed in the CGI. KO turns all the comms off and disconnects herself from everyone, and this is where we find all 5 brothers all communicating and going, what do we do? Hardly for a second does anybody actually sit there and question her loyalty or whether they can trust her, which I was worried that they were all going to kind of out KO with this, so this was quite warming for me because I was expecting a completely different ending there. They're more actually concerned whether she's going to be alright. I like that. So this is when in comes the golden question for everybody. What would Dad do? What would Jeff Tracy do? Save KO, of course. With the bomb set to go off, the Hood tells KO that he'll let her live since she's family, and they proceed to climb this really high ladder, and when they reach the top, this is when it becomes apparent that they're not even on Tracy Island. They're on Mateo Island. This is right next door to Tracy Island and it's the only backup generator, and yeah, they'll be sad to lose it, but nothing else will be damaged. Hood's having another strop, just got arrives back first, and then we have that cool shot of Thunderbirds 1 and 2 just coming in and just coming right over the front of Tracy Island to say, get off our house! I love that. I think there's literally been shots of that everywhere, just Thunderbird 1 and 2 coming in and going, hi everyone! Get off. Scott and Virgil go about then destroying the Hood's craft, which sends him even into more of a tantrum. With nothing else to do, they force him to disarm the bomb. He's arrested by the GDF. Hood don't get arrested, Hood always gets away, so I don't like that bit. Later on, Kay reveals that Jeff always did know that the Hood was her uncle. I think by the look of it, Grandma Tracy always knew as well. He didn't tell anybody because he didn't want it to be a distraction, and rightly so, because they've learned to trust her, not based on her family, but based on who she is, which is what we all wanted. With one last threat from the Hood, that's the series over. Hood's sitting there going, oh, you think I was bad? Wait till you see what's coming next. So, of course, that's the hook for series 2. And, unfortunately, end of series. So to look at this episode from the outside in, my one kind of almost fault with it was that I didn't feel it had a particular rescue of sorts. Obviously KO is busy rescuing the boys and then the boys come back and rescue KO, but in terms of a danger rescue, there wasn't really one, but I think mainly this was more about sticking the main cast in, and that, as you know, is something I love. I just missed that feeling of, you know, using all the crafts. Alright, we did use all the crafts, and seeing the main rescue as a whole, which I don't think we've really seen for a couple of episodes now. Was it not entirely cool to see every Thunderbird craft launch at once though? I think that has everyone, again, I've seen literally clips of all of this happening because I think that's just one thing that's got everyone going, ah! I think everybody has just got overexcited by that moment, including myself. I just sat there and I was like, oh, I've never seen this happen before. It was cool. Hood has a fair bit of kiddie tantruming in this episode, doesn't he? But I think really he did a fair bit of tantruming back in the original, and he's done a fair bit of tantrum back in this one, so it's just a Hood trait going on and carrying on from 50 years ago to now. With regards to the Hood's threat, I'm going to remind everyone that we haven't actually seen Carano yet. So there's kind of a thing in the back of my mind where he's going, oh, he's threatened that you thought I was bad, so does that mean he somehow mind-controlled Carano and Carano's going to come back as this super evil force next series? Yeah, I know, I've got overly creative there, but it kind of went through my mind. I think we all want to see the powers in series 2, but we're not going to discuss what we want and stuff like that. We're going to do that in the end of series wrap-up as a whole, which will come sort of in the next week or so. Keep looking out for that. The main thing I think for this this episode is that everyone essential in our lives has been involved. We've had Parker and Penelope. The GDF was kind of a bit of, okay. Every single brother was in this episode. Brains, Grandma Tracy, KO was in it, the Hood was in it, his minions were in it and they spoke for the first time. And I think having that main group contradict myself and complaining that there was no rescue was amazing. The episode was so gripping. Like you were kind of on the tenterhooks from last week. So to have that kind of continue, especially if you watched last week's first and then went straight into this, you're sitting there going, I'm ready, give it to me, I'm ready, I'm really ready right now. I didn't. I actually, funnily enough, woke up at 8 on Saturday morning and kind of laid there for a bit thinking, it's Royal Rumble, I want to go to sleep, I've got to be up till 4 on Sunday morning, early Monday morning. And I was just laying there thinking that, and then about 8:25 I sat up and realised, it's Thunderbirds finale. Let's put ITV on. So to watch it from that and see how into it I was, I love that. It was really gripping. It had everybody on their toes and everybody sitting there going, ah, 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 yeah, 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 oh. Everybody was into the episode and it's been so well received by I think just about everybody. I mean, the Facebook group I'm with, everyone seems to have had high praise for it. The use of the crafts, the use of every main character, the storyline in this episode. The episode summed up the title. I do hope that's not the last we see of the Hood. The Hood was always the primary villain in the Thunderbirds, so I think if they went into series 2 without him, we'd definitely be missing kind of a main feature of the Thunderbirds, and we would miss him, absolutely miss him. So please don't get rid of the Hood. I'm still half convinced it's John Hurt, but it's not John Hurt, I know that. Brains is coming up with the phrase R-A-D. No! Ditch that, it doesn't work, stick to F-A-B, don't do it, boy, or we will have a serious falling out, you and I. that was Legacy. What did you think of it? Most importantly, I want to know your thoughts. That's also equally important to me. One of my main things is, obviously, you know, I've been talking about it. What would you like me to talk about in the end of series wrap video? I really want your opinions. I know a lot of you have been saying talk about what you want to talk about. I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to record it next week. I've got a fair few ideas going around my brain, but I want to know what you want me to talk about, what you think of this series. What didn't you like? What did you love? Was there something you were missing? Is there any kind of plot holes you found? Anything at all, any point you want me to any point you want to raise and you want me to kind of expand on it, because you know I can tangent like hell. We've known each other for 26 episodes now. Come on, we've got this. Throw anything at me. I literally want you to talk about anything. What do you want to see in series 2? Throw everything at me that you can. I am ready. I am waiting. Do it. Please do it. I want to hear what you have to say. Thank you for being here and watching me for all 26 episodes. Some of you have been here with me since episode 1 or episode 0, where I gave a really bad preview to this. And obviously now I ate my words and I ate my hat. Not the hat over there, because that's my granddad's and that's never getting eaten. And I've been thoroughly enjoying this. Obviously there were a few bad points. We're going into that later. Thank you for coming and watching this and just watching me all this time. I can't believe a lot of you have joined because I decided to do this. It means a lot to me that you do waste valuable minutes of your day with me. I can't believe you want to do that. If you're new and would like to subscribe, it's all down here. I have Instagram, which I neglect, and Twitter, which I've got better at not neglecting. But thank you for anyone following me on either of those. And I will see everybody for the wrap video next week. And then we are going to start... yeah, we're going to do some vintage episode reviews again. You can all clap that. We're probably going to start with Attack of the Alligators, because that was one that I think from the last lot I did that was the most highly requested. So we're going to get on with that one first. Obviously, as you know, I'm not going to do them weekly. We only have so many episodes of the original to get through that I don't want to kind of, I'm going to say, waste them all so quickly. I'll probably be every few weeks. Obviously, I don't know when series 2 is going to start. If they're going to split it like they did this one, then probably I would say we've got a few months to go. Probably not loads. I reckon they're going to do it quicker than we think. I'm going to stop babbling. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. Keep your eye out for the wrap video. I will see everyone again for more stuff, and when I've recovered from Royal Rumble night, 'cause I think I've had about 5 hours sleep and I'm pretty tired. See you all again. Bye.